Bob Burg. Hello.
Hello, my brothers. Great to be with you. What an honor to be with you on the season finale, season one
Yeah.
finale.
Yes. Yes, we
Congratulations.
thought, we thought if we're going out, for season one, we're going out big. And we really, I don't know if you know this, but I've shared this a few times that Baruch introduced me to you and to your book and to your stuff that you do. And it was during a session that we had, and he was just so surprised that I never heard of, the Go Giver and stuff like this. I felt embarrassed, to be honest, when he started saying. And it's just a philosophy that I really held very deeply since I was a child. And Baruch, introduced me to you and to your work, and since then I've studied it like three times already. And we really said, you were just the perfect person for this, episode. So we're very, very, very humbled and grateful that you're here. So thank you for that, Bob.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, let's jump straight into it. We'll hit the bio and then we'll get to the questions because I know I have a ton of questions, and I can imagine that our audience as well does. So our guest today is Bob Burg. For over 30 years, he has been successfully showing entrepreneurs, leaders, and sales professionals how to communicate their value and accelerate their business growth. Bob is the founder of the Go Giver Community Network, the first of its kind online business community created by and for Go Givers. He's an advocate, supporter, and defender of the free enterprise system, believing that the amount of money one makes is directly proportional to how many people they serve. He's also an unapologetic animal fanatic and served on the board of directors of Furry Friends Adoption and Clinic in his town of Jupiter, Florida. So very impressive, but I think what's most impressive, it really is you are a man of your word. Like you walk the walk, you talk the talk, and you walk the walk. I remember I was given your book probably 5 years ago, and it absolutely changed my life, starting with my marriage. At that point, I was not really involved in business. I was given your book by somebody who was a coach and mentor, and the first thing it did was repair my relationship and help me fix my marriage. And then since then, the rest is history. But what really stood out to me was when I built up the courage to reach out to you on LinkedIn, you actually responded, which is incredible because most people, authors I had written to, didn't. So this really, I think, goes well with the topic of the world of good, because up until I feel recently, the world of business has been very much cutthroat and savage, and it's, how can we get the better end of the deal? And that's one of the reasons why I was hesitating to get into business. But I think really it speaks more to we as people. So, when we're talking about the world of good, we started to see this transition, this trend into more and more people going about offering service and value. I don't want to spoil too much about the book, but one of the rules, one of the values is add more value than you receive in compensation. So when do you, I guess, first of all, what was the inspiration behind writing The Go Giver, and what prompted those business principles at a time when it seems like that wasn't necessarily a priority?
Well, years ago, I had a book out called Endless Referrals, and this is back in the '90s, and it was really about uh, sharing with entrepreneurs and salespeople who knew they had a great product, a great service. They knew it brought wonderful value to others, but they may not have felt confident and comfortable in going out into their local communities and developing the kinds of relationships that would result in people wanting to do business with them directly and or refer them to others. So really, Endless Referrals was a system for doing so. I personally define a system as the process of predictably achieving a goal based on a logical and specific set of how-to principles, the key being predictability. So if it's been proven that by doing A, you'll get the desired result of B, then you know that all you need to do is go out and do A and continue to do A, you'll get the desired results of B. So that's what that was. It was a how-to book. It was a system. It was built on a premise that I've been sharing for 30 years or so, and that is that all things being equal, people will do business with and refer business to those people they know, like, and trust. So again, it was a how-to book, but I'd always read, since I'd been in sales, I'd read business parables and always enjoyed them very much. Parables, which are, are stories. They connect, I think, on a heart-to-heart level, and As we know, words that come from the heart enter the heart, right? And so, when we can share in story form, it makes for a better connection between the reader and the author. I always found it was easier to grasp the principles and so forth as a reader. So I thought, what if we could take that basic know, like, and trust concept, turn it into a parable? And in coming up with the title, it was pretty easy because all you need to do is ask, well, what is it about um, these entrepreneurs and salespeople who are able to really quickly and sustainably create those know, like, and trust relationships? What's their basic essence? Well, they tend to be givers, right? They're always looking to give value to others. So coming up with the go giver, easy to do. But the best thing that I did was ask John David Mann to be the co-author and lead writer. He was at the time the editor-in-chief of a magazine I used to write for. And while he wasn't as well known outside of his niche, within his niche, everybody knew he was a genius and a wonderful writer and storyteller. So I asked him to co-author with me, and so we collaborated. But he was the magic behind this because he's just such a wonderful, writer. But that's really how that happened. And the basic premise of the Go Giver, as it relates to what we were talking about with business, is simply that shifting your focus, and this is really the key, shifting your focus from getting to giving. And when we say giving in this context, we simply mean constantly and consistently providing immense value to others, understanding that doing so is not only a more pleasant way of conducting business, a more fulfilling way, it happens to be the most financially profitable way as well. And not for any kind of woo-woo, way out there, magical, mystical type of reasons. Not at all. It actually makes very rational sense. When you're that person, that entrepreneur or sales professional who can take your focus off yourself and place it on serving others, right? When you can move from a self-focus to an other focus, a focus on helping others solve their problems and challenges, when you can move off of yourself to looking at how you can help bring someone else, move them closer to happiness, people feel good about you. They feel great about you. They want to get to know you. They like you. They trust you. They want to be in relationship with you. They want to do business with you. They want to tell others about you. They want to be your personal walking ambassador. So again, there's nothing about this that is, woo-woo or any kind of magical type of thing. This is how, in a free market environment, when I say free market, I mean no one's forced to do business with anyone else. Okay, people do so on their own volition. Okay, in a free market-based environment, this is the only way to do business. Because let's face it, and I say this when I speak at sales conferences, one of the first things I'll say is nobody's going to buy from you because you have a quota to meet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? They're not going to buy from you because you need the money, and they're not even going to buy from you just because you're a really nice person. They're going to buy from you because they believe that they will be better off by doing so than by not doing so. And that's great news for that entrepreneur or salesperson who really does desire to add value to another person.